Hello everybody, Alex here from Snake on Exotics, and today we're doing a half a video. No, we're doing half today, half tomorrow, because we've got to get a job prepped ready for tomorrow. So if you remember on yesterday's video, I mentioned these tanks aren't doing what they're meant to be doing. They're separating and the panels are starting to bow out and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you some measurements so you get an idea of what's going on. And I've also set up done a little diagram so you can get a better idea as well. So if I get the measuring sticky, and I put this over here behind the glass, and like this. So if we come down here, you can see, whoop. So if you look there, you can see that the tank is 30.4, basically, 0.4, 0.5. Now we're going to go to the middle of the tank, okay? So this middle of the tank, you go right at the back again. I'm hooked on. Am I? Okay. Now look. It's easily 31.2. So we're getting something that looks like that. So the dotted line is where the glass should be. The thick line is where the glass is. So because there's a piece of wood at the back of here, so the back of the tank is up against a piece of wood, so that can't move anywhere. This front is where all the give's going. The way I noticed the problem is the glass kept getting stuck, and when I notice the glass is moving either side and dropping in and out of the track. So yeah, look, I can show you, see? That's how much wiggle room's in it. Not good at all. So I'm gonna have to catch all the fish, drain the tanks a little bit, basically just to take the pressure off the glass, so it's not gonna break overnight, because that's the last thing I wanna do is come in, this panel's gone, and it's too late. I've had more seam sealer arrive, so I can seal it all up. So yeah, we're gonna try. I've got to figure out what tanks I can put fish in. So I've got 2 empty tanks here, so fish can just go straight into them. So I'm fine with that. That's 2 bunches. I've got to find a place for those to go. And then we can crack on, drain some of the tank, and then we just wait until tomorrow then to actually have enough time to do the job properly. Okay, so Mr. Lobster's been living in that hole. Didn't realise he was even in the tank, because he keeps going down in that hole. So we're going to have to try and lure him out and net him while he's out of the hole, basically, because he keeps doing that. Okay, he's coming out. Oh, he's clever, he is. He's clever. We ain't got too many chances till he realises what's going to go on. So we're going to have to wait till he pops out again. He's coming out. Oh, okay, we've blocked his hole. We blocked his hole. He wants to go back to his hole really, really bad. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You must come with me, sir. He's trying his best to get back in this hole. He's having a fit. He's having a fit. Come on, you can do it. In the net. He's attacking the net, you see. Okay, I got him. Come on, get off. Get in the bag. Whee! There you go. Up with you, buddies. Lovely job. Now I've got a bunch more to catch. Shall I show you when I've got most of it done? There we go, last bag of fish, all going in lovely. So now, this one, this one, and this one, and this one are all empty. Well, there's the odd pleck that's been going down the holes and stuff, but I'm not completely draining the tank today. The filters are still gonna be running. I'm just taking the pressure off the tank. So the odd leftover isn't too bad. I can get them out tomorrow. So in theory, because the divides are so bad, I should be able to just drain from one tank and drain everything. So we get on. What I'm actually going to do, I'll be trying not to wet myself, but I'll be doing siphoning at the same time. So I'll do a clean as I go. So we get on. Each tank is bleeding into each one. Terrible. A bit more of a proper look now, so this is meant to be a support beam. It's supposed to be seam sealed down that side and down that side to help hold this tank together. So if we look, it's too much movement. So I've released the pressure off the glass now quite a bit. So the glass has gone back together. Has the big bulge, it's now gone back flat. So it was like this, trying to pop off, but now it's gone back up straight because the pressure's gone off it. So I'm happy with that now. I believe it's gonna last the night at least, because it's gone a lot tauter now. I'm happy with that now. And then tomorrow we'll drain the rest of it off. I've got my seam sealer that I'm going to use. We've seam sealed it all back up. Wait for it to dry, fill them back up. Tank's good as new. Then everybody, you've got to live new houses for a bit, new houses. Then we'll put you back afterwards. So we've got the armoured shrimp and a little pleco who doesn't want to leave. Come on, pleco. Mr. Pleco. Where are you? There he is. Come on. How do you keep getting stuck? There you go. And you guys ready? Come on, plecos. And last fishy. Lovely. We have our rainbows, which I haven't developed any colour yet, but soon shall be colourful. One, last two, 3, last 2, last 1, lovely. We have our red-eyed tetras, and then we have our blue lobster. Go on, Lobby. Out you go, Lobby. Go on, all the way. He's like, I've got a bush. Last but not least, our little rosy barbs and our, what's he called? Melon barb, I believe. There we go, that's everybody. There we go, all set for tomorrow. So I shall be back in 3, 2, 1. Back in the room. Whoa, look at that. Whoa, that magic. Whoa. So we've got another day now. It survived the night. It survived the night. A little bit of a later start today. We're having a new internet box. New internet box. Spanking brand newest. Just came out as fantasticus. So hopefully that's going to be going like the clappers. So we don't have any more internet dropouts, because it's a bit of a pain in my bottom it is. So main plan today, get that tank drained, get it seam sealed, get it sealed up. And then hopefully that can be done and dusted then. And I've got to film another video today because it's feeding day. So on another video tomorrow we'll do feeding day. So yeah, we crack on. I've got to drain the rest of them tanks off, move some of the gravel out of the way, dry it all down, and then give it a good seam seal. So we're gonna have to lower down some more of this water. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get some water in this bucket, and then we're gonna take all the filters out. So we've got our nice little sponge filters, so we're just gonna pop them off like that and prop them in there. This is gonna keep them wet, and I'm also gonna put a bubbler in there, something like that. So that's gonna keep it oxygenated and keep these going a lot longer than they would just out in the open. After about an hour, they start losing the good bacteria if they're not in water and they don't have oxygen. So we get them all collected up, and then I'd make sure the heaters are turned off because that's very important. We don't want to overcook the heaters. And we'll be cooking with gas then. I can already tell it's better because the glass on top, I can actually shut and open it without it causing me too much problems. Because before, as I showed you, they weren't in the track. It was out of the track, so it was almost getting into the edge of here and really struggling. So there we go, last filter. He knows. Lovely. Now I'm gonna go underneath, make sure I've turned all the heaters off, and away we go. There we go. Bubbles, that'll keep it going. So I've drained a little bit more off now, but you can see it's starting to hold back the water again. So we're getting different levels. Before eventually they'd even out, but because the glass has fell back where it's meant to be, it's sealed again. So we will drain the rest of this off now. Then I've got to get it all ready for the seam sealer. So that can be drying it all off, moving the gravel away so I can get to the places I need to get to, and then we should be cooking with gas and ready to go. And we've got a surprise rescue just arrived. So if you remember a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks ago, we had somebody bring in a rescue corn snake down for us to take, but it got out in the car, and we spent a good 2 hours outside the shop searching for it in his car. This morning he's gone to his car, 3 weeks later, sat in his boot is a corn snake. So he's brought it to me today, so we'll get that, we'll grab him, we'll have a little look at him, we'll get him set up, and then we can jump back on this. Okay, so internet man has left and we ain't got no internet. So we've got the brand new, super new box, but problem is with new stuff, there's teething problems. So for some reason, it's not accepting any of my details or anything like that. So we're gonna have to, he's gone away and we're gonna have to speak to some people at the office thing who does all the computer stuff and speak to them. And hopefully they'll be able to fix it like that. So what I'm doing now is I'm just drying off the edges around the fish tank, making sure our seam sealer is going to stick, because if it don't stick we're going to have problems. So I'll go around and do the same on every single one, and we should be able to get them all seam sealed and ready to go. So I got my seam sealer, I got my gun, so we're cooking with gas. Our little rescue corn snake, I've just put him on here so you get better light to see him. He's an Amir corn, I believe. Might be, I'm rubbish at pronouncing words, okay? So I'll see if I get chance and I can remember to do it, I'll put it up the top. But I forgot to do it yesterday with my 1 million subscriber thing, so I'm terrible forgetting stuff. But I believe it's the Amir corn. I might be wrong pronouncing it, but I'll put it up the top. Really, really nice corn. Spent 3 weeks in a car, just loosey-goosey. So they were bringing to me about 3 weeks ago for a rescue. He got out the box in the car and they couldn't find him. So he's been in the car for 3 weeks, and then they finally found him this morning. They brought him to me, so he hasn't had a feed in 3 weeks. So we're gonna put him in the tank, let him settle for an hour or so, and then we're gonna try and give him a feed. Okay, little buddy. Oh, he's a wiggle bum. He's a wiggle bum. Hey. Hello. Absolutely lovely markings. Wanna go in your tank? Oh, and we're off. Straight in the hide. Lovely job. Let her settle and I'll give her a feed. Tanks are now drained. So I was going to be doing a bead at the bottom, but I've noticed that every single one has got a solid bead at the bottom. So it's the up beads that we need to do to stop it. See, it's gone that tight now, the tank's gone back together, and this one was the one that was all wiggly, weren't it? It's gone solid. The tank's clamped up against it again. So it's absolutely perfect for what we need to do. So I'm going to dry it all off, and then we can get some seam sealer. I'm going to seam all the way up here, and should be absolutely perfect. Okay, so it's very easy. So we're going to start at the bottom and slowly work our way up. So I'm going to pump it into the tube. I'm going to start reasonably close to the water, but I don't want to touch the water. I want a reasonable bead, nothing crazy. I'm going to do a big blob at the top. There we go. Okay, so you can see there, we've got a nice bead coming up. So I'm just going to rub my finger up there, squash it right into the cracks. And then we're going to squash this bit at the top. This is going to be our big support, this is. So this is to stop the water going between tanks and giving us a little bit of structural integrity. But this big blob here, that is what's going to actually be holding the tank together. So I'm going to do the same thing the other side. And then I'll crack on, do the rest, and we can feed the Snake-O. She hasn't had any food in 3 weeks. No food in 3 weeks because she's been stuck in the car. Stuck in the car. They found her in the boot. Oh, I'm trying getting stuck on the tank. Not as neat as our other one, but there we go. So come up here like that. Big blob at the top. Perfect. So we go around, we do the rest, and away we go. But for extra strength, I'm going to do the other side as well. So we're going to go up the other side, like so. Lovely bead going up, that's what we like. Right up to the top. And we do our nice big blob again. There we go. Happy days, happy days. I'll go around and we do that on every single tank. There we go, we're all seamed up. I've still got some work to do with the standing blade. So what I've done is, of course, there's some slight finger marks where I've rubbed it really thin and stuff like that. So I'll go around with the blade on another day once it's dry and just nib those bits off. And then we're gonna have to leave this now to dry. It's gonna take probably at least 24 hours to dry. So we've got a good chance of it tomorrow being to fill this up. But we're not going to push it, we're going to take our time, make sure we do the right things, and it's going to work right, because we don't want to be doing this again, because it is a pain in the bottom. Well, there we go, that's all set up. Let's give that new little corn snake a feed, see how she gets on. So she's just down here. Whoa, that was quick. Somebody's definitely hungry. That's 3 weeks of being in the car, isn't it? No food, no moistures in the car. No moistures in the car, so she's gonna munch that now and be ready to go. That's what we like to see. Good girl. She's gonna start eating it now. So she's moving around to get the nose of the mouse into her mouth. Because then everything's gonna fold down lovely and she'll be able to eat it. So I bet she's absolutely ravenous out of 3 weeks with no food. No food, no water. Poor thing. There we go. Look at that munching. It's been hot in these cars the last couple of days, so at least she's been warm, but she's definitely going to be dehydrated and hungry. So leave her to eat her food in peace, and away we go. Well, there we go. Look, fall over and smash the place. Tanks, that's as much as I can do with them today. They're all sealing up lovely now, exactly how I want them to do. We've got the baby corn feed straight away from a rescue, so that's brilliant. So I think we did really, really well today and yesterday, because it's a two-parter. So yeah, if you want to watch another video, it should be on there. If you want to subscribe to the channel, it's up there. If you want to watch a playlist, it's just up there. So if you want to help support us, there's a link in the description below. If you want to buy some Snake Island merch, there's also a link in below. So yeah, I'll see you in the future. Bye. Perfect then.